Hi, I'm Janet. Welcome to my podcast. Today we're going to talk about self-healing, wellness, and holistic lifestyle. My guest today is Shelley Sullivan. She is an energy healing practitioner. Welcome, Shelley.
Thank you, Janet. It's an honor to be here today.
It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your journey that led you down this path?
Well, I guess it all began when I had an autoimmune disease. I had alopecia totalis, which, if you don't know what that is, I lost every hair on my body. I didn't have one hair, no eyebrows, eyelashes, anything. Wow. And of course, when that starts, you panic, and I went to try traditional medicine, but it just didn't work for me at all. So I was introduced to, I guess, more of a holistic approach, and introduced to Louise Hay's work. Okay, and I'm sure many of your viewers likely know who she is, and if not, it's good to look her up. So I started with her book, You Can Heal Your Life, and then I followed her guidelines. I did the work, I did the inner work, which I know you've done yourself. I think it's a great start for everybody to do your inner work, go back to, traumas you may have had in your life as a child, and work through each one, sort of one at a time, rather than just burying it.
It's like peeling layers.
Yes, the old peel the onion.
Yeah.
Saying, yes. Yeah. And in doing that, it was incredible. I had incredible results, and I'm like, this really works. We can really help ourselves. Why didn't anybody tell me this earlier?
Were you more, intuitively guided?
Yes, I was. Okay, yes, yeah. I was. I did have a friend who, suggested something in the beginning, but after that it became, my intuitive abilities strengthened. The more clearing I did, and actually dealing with issues and resolving them, it's increased my other abilities.
Did you eventually add tools that you used with your healing?
Yes. So after I did the work from Louise Hay's books, I went on to oracle card reading, just because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
So I did it. I took some classes for the fun of it, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting answers that are true. And,
right.
And then I started reading friends and family, and they were pretty impressed as well. So I went on to Reiki after that, because I had heard a lot about Reiki, and I'm dabbling in this energy and having really great results. So I started into the Reiki, and I did the Reiki training, and I did that for a few years. My friends and family benefited greatly from that as well.
Yeah.
And during the sessions, I found, because we would, I would work on somebody, they would work on me, and I was actually feeling shifts, either shifts in my energy fields or shifts in my body. Sometimes, I would feel warm or cold, different sensations, and I just knew it was stagnant, stuck energy moving out, clearing out. And the more I cleared my pathways, the more in tune I was with my body, with what was going on. I started to feel other people's energy, and then realized I was an empath as well. So I could feel other people's pain. It was just it's been an incredible journey, learning all this invisible energy that affects everybody.
That's right, you can't see it, but it's
there.
quite powerful. And it's important to be really grounded when you do this work.
It is, absolutely. And especially what's going on these days. If you can, I would suggest ground in any way you can. Even Epsom salt baths are good for grounding.
Yep.
Men, for some reason, there's a little different techniques for men and women, but men, a very easy way for them to ground is just to lean their back against a tree. And for women, your feet in running water.
Like a stream or
a stream,
bath if you have
even
to.
the bath, right? And bare feet on the ground, of course, but
Yeah.
in colder climates, that's not always possible.
No.
But intention,
Yes.
as you know,
It's
right?
all about intention.
The power of intention. So even if you can just sit and intend to ground, you can picture yourself in a forest, in an opening in a forest in the sunshine, with the sun shining on you. Maybe you're sitting on a stump with your bare feet on the dirt, and just go into that and go into yourself and get to know who you are, into your heart.
Your inner work.
Do your inner work,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's very important.
From there, then I was introduced to sound therapy, and I got into the tuning forks.
Right.
And this was incredible as well. I just got addicted to it.
Yeah, I have a few sets myself.
Yes, and these are some of Janet's here. We can show you. This particular one is a 136 hertz, 136.10 to be exact. But this frequency alone has been known to, if you have any aches or pains, and just by sounding it, and you can feel the vibration and putting it on whatever area, and I can. I'm sure you can hear that. I have it at our little speaker here. You can sound it at your ears, around your head, whatever you choose, whatever you're guided to do. But for aches and pains, this has been very good, just to sound it and hold it
Yeah,
wherever
you feel
it
the
is.
vibration going deep within.
Yes.
I like those ones for that too, for
Yes.
specific pain.
And Janet has done Reiki on myself and has used the forks on my back, and it's incredible. It just seems to move the energy so much quicker,
Yeah.
obviously with the vibration. And that can go back to what Nikola Tesla said. In order to understand how the universe works, it's through energy, frequency, and vibration. That's the key, because that's what everything is. And we are a magnetic body. We're
Yeah.
magnetic, each one of us. And we work on that. Now this set is what they call angel tuners, and they're a set of 3, which is 4,096 hertz, 4,160 hertz, 4,225 hertz. So striking these, as you can hold them here, which helps raise your vibration in yourself, in your
Right,
energy
yeah.
fields. You can do them around your head and like move the energy up and out, any stagnant energy, low energies that are not in our highest good.
Right.
You can also use these to clear and charge your crystals instantly. So you just sound them.
Instead of sunlight or moonlight, charging them, this is a quick way to
Yes.
charge them.
So it instantly does that with the frequency. So these are very useful
Yes.
little set.
Can clear the energy in a room with those too.
Yes, yes. In your car,
Yeah, wherever you are.
exactly. And this particular one is 432 hertz. This is amazing for your brain as well, and your pineal gland,
Right.
and your third eye. It helps raise your vibration as well. And you can hear the sound of that.
Should be
You can-
that.
You can do it at your ears, hold it there. You can use these, or the angel tuners, the back of your head, the back where your neck and your attached to your shoulders. You can do it in the back, the mid-back section, because a lot of times things will attach there that
Right,
that are
yes.
not in your highest good.
They don't like the sound vibration, so
That's
it's
right.
a good way to clear
That's
that.
right. They just don't seem, yes, to like that frequency, and they leave.
True.
So I have many sets, you have many sets of tuning forks as well.
Yeah.
And intuitively, I find, and I'm sure you've done the same, Janet, intuitively, you'll do a bit of Reiki maybe and incorporate the tuning forks, and we can do it in a variety of things based on the needs of the client that you're working with.
Yeah, you just pick it up, like you said, intuitively. You just know which ones to grab.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing working with crystals as well, which I think you use as well, right?
Yes. I've been connected with crystals my whole life, and then I started incorporating the crystals while doing the tuning forks. So I would, lay them in different areas of the body, and depending, again, use your intuitive, and I might strike them, and then I may hold it on the crystal on certain areas of the body, whether you're working with people's chakras or a specific area of concern for them, whether they're having a pain somewhere in their body, and you might spend more time working on that area. Again, all intuitively done.
It is. There's a lot we can talk about with crystals. Shelley also does wire-wrapped crystal jewelry,
Yes.
amazing, beautiful jewelry, and
Thank
other
you.
crafts with crystals.
Yes.
That's a whole episode on its own. We will
Yes.
definitely come
Yeah.
to that.
And the power and energy from crystals, there's some that do the protection, grounding. Some help with grounding too, like black tourmaline,
Yeah, hematite
hematite.
is a good one for EMFs, grounding.
Yes,
Definitely.
Yes.
There's so many. Smoky quartz, there's a lot.
right. And these are all natural here, right on the planet for us.
They're from the earth.
That's right, and
This one here came out of the ground locally.
locally, yes. That's beautiful. Beautiful chunk. So I'm sure a lot of you know a lot about this already, and if you don't, I would suggest it's something, if you're interested, and likely if you're watching this podcast, you are.
Yes, we'll
It's
definitely have an episode.
It's something that we all need to know about. Quartz crystals alone are used in all this technology, in your cell phones, your TVs, computers. So it's very powerful crystal. And if you can only get one, I would suggest the quartz crystal, because it can do a lot of things.
Absolutely. It's pretty powerful.
Yes, yeah. So I guess from there, I went on to a 3-year, I transitioned into a 3-year training, learning to scan your body and identify and remove entities, attachments.
Which we all have.
Yeah, which we all have. Implants, devices, black magic, curses, and the list goes on. I found this to be so powerful. It seemed like every step I found something a little more and a little more and a little more.
Just kept getting deeper into it.
That's right. So in a typical session, I would, dealing with a client, so either they would have specific issues maybe that they'd want to talk to me about. Again, aches and pains, and maybe there was something, I had a client that had a problem with their heart, and we were able to identify entities and attachments and clear them, and even like weeks later, there's like, still feel great. They could feel that right away. And some people feel different things. Like they could have a jolt, some people actually can feel things being pulled out of them.
Is it possible that sometimes they don't feel anything at all?
Yes.
Which
Yes.
maybe then they doubt the treatment?
That's
or
right. That's
session?
right. A lot of times, especially in the beginning, you may feel nothing.
It's very
And-
subtle energy, right?
It's very
yeah.
subtle, and yes, that's when the doubt comes in.
Yeah.
But it is working, and it might not be right away. Like maybe in a few weeks or a month down the road, you'll be like, oh, I don't have that anymore.
Right.
You may not feel it right away.
So how many sessions would a person need then if they feel the release and they feel better, they might want to come back for more. But if they feel nothing, should they come back again, book another session?
I would say yes, but again, it's up to the person.
Yes, of course.
And you have to find a practitioner you resonate with.
Yes.
Because that's just the way it is. You may not resonate with one or another. An example of that, I've trained in Reiki. I've had Reiki from many people in Canada and the United States do work on me. But Janet does Reiki, and I say, honestly, you're in a league of your own.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Because she didn't know I was going to talk about this.
No, caught me off guard there.
But so that's the thing, like I find what she does is very powerful, and you learn these modalities, but then you can take them further on your own, because we're always learning and we're getting intuitive downloads, and that's what you do. And there's more and more information coming to you. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I feel something here, because you work not just with your main chakras, you work in our auras, our energy fields, and there's layers of energy fields outside of our bodies. And they can hold a lot of energy as well, and good and bad. So
definitely.
you're very good at identifying that and transmuting it.
Thank you. I do incorporate sound healing with it too.
Yes.
Like the singing bowls, the tuning forks, crystals. Like,
Yes, and your sound baths are amazing. If you've never experienced one, I'd suggest it. It's quite lovely.
Energy Fusion is the company, and we will talk about that also in another episode, definitely, with
But yes,
the meditation, guided meditation sound bath.
yes, and I'm sure Janet's website's at the bottom of this video, so you can check her out. So yes, and then I've had other clients that will come and they don't really have an issue, but they just want to be scanned. So in that case, I work with an angelic team, and they come in and help me quite often, and they help me with the entities and removing them, taking them back to source to be dealt with there. And that way they're gone for good. So what I do is I will connect with my client's higher self and their guides, and they will communicate to me what are the most important, say there's 3 things that we need to address today in the session.
Right.
And they even give me the order of what to address, and whether it's in one of your energy fields that are outside your body, in your chakra system, or in an organ. It can be in in an organ. And so I'm guided intuitively and psychically with that, and we remove them, clear them, and after we do all the removing, we fill everything with love. Because you need to replace, when you remove anything, any energies or attachments or anything, there's a space there. So you want to fill it with what you want, or it will be filled with something you may not want.
That's right.
So I get my angelic team, and they fill everything with divine primordial love and light. And it fills on all these spaces at the end.
So this is really important, to get permission to work with someone.
Very good point. Very good point. Yes, it is. There's many reasons. And of course, when you first start learning this and you realize the benefits people get from it,
Yeah.
you just want to help everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
But it's not always a good thing. A lot of times, excuse me, new people that are new to the learning, they've told me, oh, I was in the mall or walking down the street and I saw somebody and I knew, and I did a healing on them. And I was just like, I know you meant it with the best intentions and the most love, but you can do a disservice to people because a lot of times they need that experience for some higher reason that we don't know.
Right. Yeah.
And if you take it away from them, they got to start over and do it again. So it's very important, I feel, that people request the service from you, because then they're ready. In their higher self, themselves, they know they're ready to release
And
whatever it is.
they're more open to this type of energy healing as
Right.
well, which helps remove some blocks.
That's right. And the more you remove and you get the flow, because we're all a flow of energy, this is where I like to then empower others to heal themselves, because we can all do it. We just have forgotten. Now, another point with doing just anybody on the street,
Right.
especially with entities, because they're very dangerous, if you just remove entities from somebody without them knowing, because they need to be aware of this in order to keep them gone, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Because if they are not aware of it, those entities can come back and 7 times stronger. So that's
not good.
not good. No,
That's not good.
it's not good for the well-being of the person at all. So even though things can be, intentions can be good and in a loving way, it's not a good thing. You need to follow the ethics, as in all things, right?
Right,
There's
we are.
ethics.
So do you also do energy work on homes and property?
Yes, I do. And that's incredible as well, because you want to keep your home and your property in the highest vibration possible.
Yeah.
It's balanced, aligned for everybody living in the space, So generally, what I would do with someone is I start outside and I scan the property. And I've recently learned how to locate ley lines and portals, which is
Very interesting.
very interesting and very important.
Yes.
Especially now, the ley lines on the planet have been so inverted and used for nefarious things.
Yeah.
So basically, a group I've joined, it's called Lay Love Down. So if anybody wants any more information on it, you can put it on your podcast, but it's www.leylovedown.com. And there's a lot of information on that website about it. And we can all do it. And basically, we want to balance and harmonize these ley lines and by intentionally putting love into them.
Right.
And transmuting all the dark energies into light.
And it's not something you can really just see. Like, you came here and
Right.
found some on my property, and I couldn't see it, but in a photograph it was pointed out where they were, and Shelley came out and used tuning forks.
We used actually
Yeah.
these angel tuners.
And it was super quiet, and then once the ley lines were cleared, all the birds started chirping.
Yes.
And it was quite interesting. Animals really...
Yes, and that's another thing that I didn't know, but animals travel along ley lines because they are the meridians of the planet, just like we have meridians in our
right.
body,
Yeah.
and they're all magnetic. So again, we're all magnetic, and so the animals follow the magnetic trails. They're all ley lines. And they're not all like straight lines, like they can curve and do all kinds of things.
They generally lead to or come like from water, right? Like it's
Yes, they're very connected to water.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just learning this. I'd have to go back on the website and actually read about that. But it's very interesting. Water is very a very key thing in this as well.
There's just so much.
There's so much. Exactly.
That would be another episode too.
Yes.
Down the road.
There's a book you can get as well, and I'm sure it's on the website as well. It's from Rory Duff, and I think it's available on the internet for purchase.
Yeah, I've seen it.
If you want to learn more about ley lines, because he's done a lot of research and kind of laid it out for people to learn.
I'm sure we're going to start hearing a lot more about ley lines and
Yes.
things like that.
Yes,
as
absolutely.
Things change.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yes.
So is there anything else that you want to talk about that we didn't touch on?
There probably is, and we just get going in all
I
different
know.
directions. And yes,
So we know the energy healing, you work with the people, you do the properties.
yes, and the homes, right. So anyhow, yes, I kind of got off track there with the ley lines. So yes, I would clear the outside the property first and make sure there was no extraneous energies there that would disrupt, you know, people could feel, stressed or anxious in their home.
Like these are some of the reasons why somebody
Why
would want you to
somebody
do
might
this.
want to
Okay.
do this. You may hear noises that,
Like maybe an old house.
yeah, and they're not coming from any explainable reasons. So that could be also like stuck energy in the homes.
Not necessarily bad,
Not-
just stuck.
Yes, and it's better to clear it. You'll sleep better. I mean, even if somebody has an argument, that is not the best energy.
Negative energy.
And it's
harmful.
it lingers around. It's
Yeah.
just the way it is. You can have visitors who bring energy with them, and they might leave it when they leave, and it may not be in alignment with your highest good. So it's always good to clear them. I would suggest every season, and maybe sooner if
Yeah, that's a
you
good idea.
feel any disruptions or
Just feel off.
feel off.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything in your home or property. So yes, and I use different methods. I have dowsing rods, which a lot of people know they used to use to find water.
Yes,
Which you
yeah.
can do that with them, and I use a pendulum as well. So it'll tell me different things. I've been using this for at least 15 years. So I've gotten quite good at, asking questions and knowing the right, way to ask things to get the answers I'm looking for. And it's always proven to be very accurate.
Yeah, once you get your own pendulum, if you choose to do it, you work with it and it shows you yes and it shows you no, and you can ask questions and
Right, and then you can get into show me the vibrational pattern of an area and whatnot. But maybe that would be another whole class episode, Jen.
we could tie it in with crystals maybe, I don't know.
Right. Yeah,
Because often they are made from crystal, not always.
yes, yeah.
There's different styles of pendulums and
Yeah, and the selenite is amazing too, and it's amazing to clear anything. And if you do read cards, it's good to, just kind of swoosh over everything to clear it.
I leave a piece
Before you
on
start.
my decks of cards.
Yeah,
And
and this is great too. Even if you have a bunch of selenite, and you can even set like your crystal, because they'll pick up energy, and they have memory. They carry memories too.
Yes.
So you can set them on there for a few days, and it'll clear it by itself, or you can use the tuning forks. There's many different ways to do things and clear it and raise the frequency back up to its full potential again. So then it's serving you and your needs, or whomever is the owner of it.
Just want to raise your vibration. You want to be at the love level and
That's right. I
try and
know.
stay out of the fear level, the low vibrations, fear, anger, guilt.
Yes, there's so much on the news, so it's best if you can kind of step back and be the observer.
Yes.
Try not to fall into the fear, keep your vibrations high, be a kid again. You know,
Yeah, be
kids are always
playful.
laughing, and laughter really raises your vibration, your
Find
frequency.
that inner child.
That's right, and keep your frequency up, and because when you fall into the fear, and it lowers your vibration, and that's when illness sets in.
right.
So we don't want that.
We don't. Well, thank you very much, Shelley.
Thank you, Janet. It was great to be here, and
All the information will be in the description below.
right, and go out and shine your light everywhere you go.
Thanks for watching or listening.
Thank you.